Thank you, Roland. All great information there. So we're getting into that season. And you know, one of our big problems that we get sick is because we're all inside eating tamales and all that good stuff. And sometimes we're sharing stuff. But this week, it's not going to happen. You know why? It's going to be so lovely outside that you're going to get out there and enjoy it. 54 right now, so it's a little cool as you head out. But we got up to 72 yesterday. We'll be at 70 today. Now on Saturday, it was a little weird. It got up to 91. That was a record high for the date. That was all because of the arrival of that little front that we had. So we're on the nice side of the weather. We're looking at 54 for us, 49 up north, and the rest of the state is obviously much cooler than that because we've got clear skies and very pleasant weather. Now the pleasant weather is at the expense of the rest of the country. Let me show you why. We've got one powerful blizzard heading out of Chicago, heading to the Ohio Valley this morning. It's right about there, and you can see heavy storms to the south. I don't know if anybody's traveling back to the East Coast, but heavy storms down to the south, snow upstate New York, snow all the way around to the Ohio Valley. Now on the west coast, we also have another arriving storm from the Pacific. This is number 2 or number 3. They've had some tremendous snowstorms over the last couple of weeks. Syracuse, New York. Okay, so we're looking at upstate New York. As I mentioned, they're getting the snow there. This is one of the live cruisers rolling around. And while the East Coast is going to be, shall we say, tomorrow digging out, tomorrow is when the storm arrives on the West Coast. Now, I said we are the beneficiaries of that. Why is that? Well, when you've got low pressure on one side and low pressure on the other side, it makes high pressure in the middle. So we've got that beautiful high on top of us, and that's what's going to give us the very pleasant weather. Notice we've got nice weather into the central plains, while east and west coasts are really going to be suffering with this. Now, the good news is for us, everything's going to be very pleasant for most of this week. If you haven't put up your Christmas decorations, it's going to be lovely for it. It's high pressures on top of us. The next thing we've got to look for is that storm on the west coast. But by the time it gets here, it's not going to be very powerful. As a matter of fact, it's going to be almost a dry line coming through. So we're looking for nice weather today, 70, 73 tomorrow, abundant sunshine through Wednesday. Thursday, we sort of warm up a little bit. We pick up some clouds as that front on the west coast moves through. But after that, we continue with dry westerly winds, and that's going to make our temperatures fairly comfortable. Overnight, so, well, you know, in the 40s and 50s, so feels more like December. Well, that is your 7-day forecast brought to you by NEC Co-op Energy. Coming up, we'll have more on sunrise coming up in just a moment, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.